Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Rosehead podcast for our Premier League predictions. We reviewed our Premier League predictions last season. We actually done quite well. We got some good shouts in there. We also had some horrendous shouts.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's for
On the
sure.
whole, done really well. So we're back again to start of a new season. A week till it kicks off. Well, my season kicks off tonight. The championship. The best league in the world, the league that Gabriel Sara no longer plays in. Norwich. But
Mm. Saw Jonathan Roy might be leaving as well.
right, can we stop now? Yeah, like this is being targeted. Right. Well, we have just signed a Mankwa Forson, I believe his name is, from RB Salzburg for 3.8 million. Looks a hell of a player. Look forward to seeing him. Callum Doyle on loan from Man City. And, very good signing. And then we've got Jose Cordoba, Panama International, and Ben
Oh,
Christensen as well, who
the Europe, the world giants of Panama. That's what you want.
Jose Cordoba just has aura. He has aura. He's
Oh
in
no, no,
tomorrow, but has
fucking
aura.
aura.
Right, anyway, let's get
That's it.
into the Premier League predictions because no one really wants to hear about the Championship because we all know who's going to win it this season, and it's not
It's
Norwich.
Norwich.
It's Leeds, probably.
Uh,
But we'll go into our predictions now. Adam, where do you want to start? I mean, I've done the full 20 league table, so we can really get
Fucking hell,
we can get some
Jesus! I've done top seven and relegation. I think we start at the bottom. We'll do
at
relegation,
the bottom. Right.
and then we'll work our way up to the table
Yeah,
because I've
that's
not
fine.
done the middle
That's
ten
fine. We'll
teams.
leave the middle out. So, rock bottom getting hopefully the lowest points record in Premier League history. And not
Oh,
even
I
going to
think I.
register a win is again. But
Oh,
then again, I
okay.
don't think again. It's not as much. It is a bias shout. It's also not like if you look at their most
Mm.
expensive player worth like transfer value wise, they've only got one player worth over £10 million, and that's Jacob Greaves, who they signed from Hull this summer. But their business has been mediocre at best. They've spent 20 million on Liam Delap, who is, a £7 to £8 million player. Big money on a
Mm.
not Premier League proven striker. Sick.
Yeah.
Jacob Greaves, 20, I don't know how much he was worth, about 15 million from Hull.
Mari
Premier
Hutchinson as
League,
well obviously came in,
not
wasn't
Premier
he? He was
League, not
20
even.
million.
Amari Hutchinson, 20 million. Granted, Amari Hutchinson did really well for them last season, but are not Premier League
Mm.
proven. None of their squad's Premier League proven. They've got a good manager in McKenna, but I don't think that's going to be enough to keep them up this season. I think they're going to be rock bottom this season. Personally, I might be wrong.
I've got no, that's to be fair, it's a great shot. I think they've done a lot of teams when they come up, they tend to just like buy loads of like former Prem rejects, like you look at Barkley at Luton, Townsend, like a lot of them tend to buy just like anyone that's ever played in the Prem, whereas Luton, Ipswich haven't done that, which is very like rare. They've actually kept like their
Oh
core
yeah, but
together, which is
no,
good to see, but I
do you
don't
want me
think
to
it
give,
will
do you want
help
me to
them.
give you another team that's done that in recent years twice when going up? Is Norwich. They didn't sign anyone Premier League quality. What happened to them? What
But
happened to
I've
them?
gone for
Those people.
Southampton. Southampton for me are going to finish rock
Really?
bottom.
I think
I
that's
just think
I think they're surviving the drop. I
no.
reckon the business they've done, getting Harwood, Bellis, and Downs in on permanent deals. I think that's a
I
really
think
good.
they don't score enough goals. I don't. I like Armstrong just couldn't cut it in the Prem last time he was there. He was really good in the
I'd
Championship,
say in the
but
championship, he should have been championship
but
player personally.
you've seen him in the Prem the year before, and he just doesn't look at it at all. And I think that would be their biggest thing. And I think they conceded quite a few goals as well. So that's why I've gone for them rock bottom, and then Leicester to be second bottom for the same reason. They struggle to score, but they're going to get a points deduction as well. Leicester straight from the bat, aren't they? Which is meant to be rumored between like 6 and 12 points, something around there. So that'll massive like screw. Look how close Everton got to going down when they lost the points, and they're in a way better position than
And Leicester
Leicester.
have also lost Dewsbury Hall.
Manager Dewsbury Hall,
But the
yeah. So
manager's
that will be
really
a
good
massive
at
thing.
Leicester anyway. He just had a really good squad.
But so
But
I've gone for
I have
Leicester
not gone
second bit.
Leicester and I have not gone Southampton. I think both of them will stay up. I think Leicester by the skin of their teeth for very similar reasons as you explained. But I think their squad
Mm,
is a lot better than some of the squads that I was already in the Premier League, even without Dewsbury Hall. Um,
yeah,
so for me, I've gone Brentford. I think their
I
business.
was thinking them.
Their
Mm,
business this window is. They signed what's his name? Iago Thiago.
he's
Igor
been injured.
Yeah,
to replace Tony, but he's still there.
I really like him as well because at work I've been covering a lot of Belgian football at the minute, and I've been watching a lot of old Club Rouge games from last season where Igor they were bagging for fun, and I really liked him. I really like him, but him injured. Tony just really doesn't want to be there. They haven't really strengthened in other areas of the pitch. I think Brentford are gonna wave their goodbye to the Premier League this season. And in 18th, I've got Forest. Again, not massively a fan of the business they've gone on. They've been scraping survival year in, year out. And I I mean, it's one of their.
They've been close, like Everton were last year. Yeah, I've also gone for Forest 18th as well. I've got Ipswich to stay up. I think they'll just about stay up just to annoy you. That's what I think they'll do. Their drive just to piss
there
you
will
off.
no longer be a Rosehead podcast. Sick, nice one.
But I think Forest is as much as they have they have probably some of the better players. Like Morgan Gibbs White is easily a top 6, top 8 player, but and like players like Elanga's like good, Hudson Odoi is good. Obviously the GOAT Divock Origi, I'm pretty sure is still there as well. Like they've got the quality. It's just it doesn't all mix together because they signed.
And
the manager's not brilliant.
They got Nuno Espirito Santo, didn't they?
Yeah, I don't see him lasting very long.
I'm just not excited by Forest, and similar to Brentford, I'm just not really excited by them.
It's because recently they clung on and like they just about managed to stay up. You think they're not going to get away with it again. Like they won't get that lucky again. Like I think that'll be just enough for them. So you've got so who are your final 3 just to confirm?
Ipswich, Brentford, and Nottingham Forest.
Okay, so the only team we're actually same on is Forest. I've got Southampton, Leicester, Forest.
Was that different to last season? Well, we both agreed with Sheffield United rock bottom. I think that was very certain.
I think you had Luton to stay up. I didn't, and then I had Everton in there as well. We both had Sheffield to go down.
I think Wolves and Everton were in my bottom 3 last season.
Yeah.
No. Well, I mean, obviously you haven't done your 17th to 8th, but I'm going to just quickly run through mine just so people get an idea of how stupid we are. And you are. Don't bring me into this one. We'll do how stupid you are. Like me and Adam. But I'll just riz through them now. 17th, I've got Leicester. 16th, I've got Southampton. 15th, I've got Fulham. 14th, I've got Brighton. 13th, I've got Everton. 12th, I've got Wolves. 11th, I've got Bournemouth. I think they're going to have a good season. 10th, I've got Newcastle. Oof. I think losing. This is a little bit of a mess. Granted, they've got players come back, no European football, but I still don't think they're going to be as good. 9th, I've got Palace. I like Palace. I like a lot of Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
And then 8th, I've got Chelsea.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say a different London club there, but that is okay. I see where you're going. Yeah. All right. No, I'm with you on that. I think you're a bit hot.
No, their manager.
Generous from Bournemouth. Bit generous from Bournemouth because Solanke looks like he's leaving. That will definitely drop them down.
I still like what Bournemouth are doing. I think
Semenyo will do okay. But I don't know if we'll get the same. Like Solanke got 18 goals or something.
I don't think they're going to let Solanke go without having a replacement.
Yeah, they'll line up someone.
Yeah, exactly.
I think Fulham as well. I think Smith Rowe for them is
it's a key starting. But again, do I think that they are better? Maybe I don't know. Personally,
it's sort of that middle bracket is so difficult to call.
I mean, look, each of those teams, because you can swap 17th with 9th and it wouldn't look any different.
Really. Yeah, I know what you mean. It doesn't. Yeah. So what makes you? So we'll go on to top 7. Obviously you've got Chelsea 8th.
Yeah,
I've got them 7th. So what makes you think they will miss out on top 7?
Enzo Maresca, mate. I think he's an awful manager. Don't get me wrong, there's some players in summer, but again, it's just the same issues with Chelsea that are going to come back and back and back. They had a proven manager in the Premier League in Maurizio Pochettino last season. They've got an unproven Enzo Maresca who won the championship, granted, but
only just in the end, didn't he?
Yeah, and probably had the best squad the championship ever seen. So I don't think he's that great of a manager. Leicester fans weren't really particularly keen on him anyway. So you know what? I'm not yet. No,
it's understandable. Like it's just there's something like 8 keepers or something stupid. Like every day I look on Instagram and Fabrizio's tweeting another Chelsea sign, and you're just like, how do they actually get away with it? Like it doesn't make sense. They sell Conor Gallagher for 30, but we'll spend 400. It's like PSR has like it is ridiculous.
It is.
I
But
have them
still,
in
you've got
seventh
girls.
just because I think someone like Palmer, I think Nkunku coming back, hopefully having a full preseason will
Yeah.
help.
Maybe I'm a
And
bit hard.
they do have quality, but I can like I think they'll concede a lot of goals, but I also think they'll score a lot. Like I think they'll be involved in a lot of like 5-3s and 3-2s, and I think they're that sort. They're going to be exciting to watch for the neutral because
They're all
like they're
good
just going
individuals.
to
I will say that.
concede goals for fun.
I think the other teams above them have more of a chance this season. In
Yeah.
seventh, you've gone Chelsea. Seventh, I've gone Tottenham Hotspur. Uh,
Oh, okay. Okay.
Again, I think it's still a project with them. I think they've got to be patient. I don't think they've had the most exciting window. Obviously, brought in Archie Gray. There was someone else. Did they bring in someone else? Archie Gray. I should have brought in someone else.
Um, I know they're looking at Solanke, but off the top of my head, no one rings a
No.
bell.
So,
No
but
one.
Archie Gray's an exciting signing. I like Archie Gray with Leeds, but again, um, it's just nothing really to make me think, oh yeah, they're going to push top four like I thought last season.
Mm,
Yeah, I'm still not saying seventh is a bad season. I just think the teams above them, I just got a better chance of.
there's a lot of strong teams, I think.
Yeah,
Now, yeah.
a lot of strong transfer windows. Who've you got in sixth?
I got Villa. I think Champions League football sort of
You
hit them
think
a bit hot because it's 10. The fact it's gone from 6 games to 10, I think will affect a lot of the clubs, and especially a team like Villa, who haven't been in Champions League for, if at all ever, I couldn't tell you, but for a long time. I think that is going to be massive. Like then 10 extra games for that squad. Their squad isn't like they've got a good like 13, 14, 15 players, but to deal with Champions League, you need a good 18, 20 players, if you know what I mean. So I think that will negatively affect them. But for them to still, sixth place is still is at Europa League, I'm pretty sure. I
yeah.
still think that's a very good season for them personally to like solidify as a European team.
In sixth, I've got Manchester United.
Oh, you're missing a name that you're going very high here. I like it. Okay,
There
sixth
is,
United. All right.
there is a couple of names that got quite high on this list, and I think
Yeah,
I have very good reasons for putting them so high. But
no, that's fair. That's fair.
Manchester United again. I really like Joshua Zirkzee. Obviously, being Dutch, really huge fan of him. Um, but I just don't know. There's not a lot in this United team that's sort of making me think they're still missing a lot defensively. Like obviously,
Mm.
put in what's his name? What's his name?
Yoro,
Yoro.
Yoro.
Lenny
He's
Yoro.
out for 3 months.
That's the issue.
Yeah.
They need defensive recruitment massively, and then obviously that prediction can change. They can push high. I think going forward they look okay, they look decent, but I think they're a winger maybe short
I think
potential.
striker. They need a proper striker. Personally, I think
Joshua
Tony would fix
Zirkzee,
their problems.
Joshua Zirkzee is hopefully going to be that guy, and Rasmus Højlund as well. Yeah, they've got firepower. And I think they're stronger than last. I do think Ten Hag's a good manager as well. I think he's just been dealt shit cards by
Yeah,
the shit heat that Manchester United are in, above the playing field, in the boardroom and all that. So
very unlucky with injuries as well last season. To be fair, and started off this season as well. Like Shaw's already a doubt for the Community Shield, which is just ridiculous. He barely played a game, but yeah, he's entered already, which is mental. So, but
sixth,
yeah,
you had Villa.
I have United. Oh no,
Yeah,
sixth I had Villa. Yeah, fifth I have United.
I'm guessing similar
I
reasons
think
why Adam as well. Then
it's sort of they're all very interchangeable. I think like sort of for me, where I've got fourth to sixth, I think they could all get any of them, and same for the top three a little bit. United, I don't know, they have really like I think Rashford would have a big season because he always has a year off and then a really good season. He's had his year off last year doing shit. So this year I think he's going to kick into gear. If he can find form, he'll help with Bruno. I think Mainoo will have another really good season. I think if Ahmad can get some minutes, he'll help. It's just the other midfield slot next to Mainoo that I worry about alongside Bruno. I don't think Mount's that player. I think they need a proper just six or box to box. Yeah, I don't really know what exactly there is, but Casemiro's not him. Yeah, like Mainoo's not really an 8, but he's not really a 6. He's like I don't really know what you call him really.
You won't call him a
but
7.
For me, no, yeah, and it's like I just think Casemiro's obviously his legs gone. Still question marks around the keeper. Like left backs, if Shaw is a doubt and Malacia is injured again, you are a bit defensive. If Martinez can stay fit, there's just a lot of question marks as well as the manager.
If they
as much as there's good,
they have a fully fit squad. That squad is capable of reaching top 4.
Yeah, Oh, 100%. But
we
the
just
issue
know,
is, I
yeah,
just know that squad won't be fully fit, and then
yeah.
that's the problem. So that's why I've got them in fifth place.
Fifth, I have gone West Ham United.
I was waiting for West Ham. Yeah, I
I
thought
am
that. Yeah,
a huge fan of their summer transfer window. Really big fan.
mm,
Nicholas Fulkrug, I
yeah,
think, fantastic sign. Don't get me wrong, West Ham have had a horrible history with signing strikers in the last decade.
yeah. That's
But
my worry with him.
but Nicholas Fulkrug is an excellent signing. The guy played in the
Mm,
Champions League final last season.
yeah, and he did quite well for Germany when
I
he
get he's
played in the
31.
Euros.
I get he's 31, but he's a goal scorer. Like he's a serial goal
Mm,
scorer. I'm a big fan of him. Crescencio,
proper big man.
I think, is a really good signing. He is more than Premier League ready. Um,
Hmm.
who else they signed? It was that
They're meant to be getting Wan-Bissaka as well, and
Wan-Bissaka. And I
yeah,
think they've signed a
they're
midfielder as
getting
well.
Todibo as well. They've hijacked the Todibo deal as of today, which is a great defender that a lot of clubs in Europe were looking at.
This is the thing. I
I
think
think they could definitely push on
West
there.
Ham's business because they weren't awful. I mean, you look at their forward line now: Fulkrug, Kudus, Bowen.
Somerville, yeah, Paqueta as well
Somerville.
when if he's able to play or not. I don't know,
There's
but
another forward player they signed, youngster. There was a midfielder they signed as well. Looks very
mm,
good. Um, again, like I say, I'm a huge fan. If they can keep hold of Paqueta as well, I think West Ham are in
if he's
for it.
allowed to play, I think it's their bigger issue, isn't it? If he's I don't know when the bands will come in with that. To be honest, I'm not really too sure how that's all working out, but
But if not,
I definitely think West Ham can be there or thereabouts, and obviously no European football as well for them. I'm pretty sure,
exactly. So
so they'll definitely be able to push. I think it's just like you said with the number nines, they've had such bad luck at that. You think well, they've had Haller, they've had Skamaka, and they've just been useless, but then they go on to be unreal. Falkirk could easily be another one of them, and then next thing you know, they're stuck with Antonio again. Like it can easily happen. I think Kudus and Somerville and Bowen is excellent. That's a brilliant little trio there, 100%. So I think they could definitely break into it and solidify themselves in
I'm
there.
like I say, I am just a huge fan of what they're doing. So
Mm.
yeah, I've got
No,
them.
some really good signings.
Who've you gone for in fourth, Adam? Taking that first Champions League
I
spot.
got I got Spurs, which
Okay,
is very I don't really like honestly I don't really know why.
that's always good.
Like I think they're a good team. And I think before obviously all the injuries happened to like Madison and Van
Yeah,
der Ven,
they were high
etc.
flying.
last season,
They
they
were
were
high
a top
flying,
team.
and keeping those players
And I
fit.
think yeah,
Okay.
if they stay fully fit and you add Solanke potentially or another striker to that team and Archie Gray, because they've gotten rid of like Hoiberg and stuff, which is a bit of dead wood. Archie Gray will definitely add stuff. So I didn't see a lot of him, but I heard a lot of good things from yourself and of championship stuff. I think with him and a striker, I think they're pretty set. Like their back four is quite good. Some very good defenders in there. A good goalkeeper, good midfielders. I think they can push that again. I'm not. Have they got European football this year? Did they get conference or Europa League? I'm not 100%
Yes,
sure, but
I want to say
I
yes.
do think they'll be able to push into that spot with like Son. I think Richarlison might be going Saudi potentially.
Yeah,
Brennan Johnson will have a good season. Madison will come back. I think they'll squeeze fourth just because of
maybe I was a bit harsh.
just because I back the manager a bit more than
Hmm.
maybe like for example than some of the other teams as manager. I know like Villa was very good, but I just think as I said earlier, the squad depth and stuff will kill them a little bit. I think. Who have you got fourth?
I've got Liverpool. I still think
Well,
it's top four, but I think
yeah.
this is a massive transition season with you. Obviously, you haven't
Mm.
had a new manager sort of syndrome based
Oh,
summer
it's been a long time.
in
Like
God
9, 10 years,
how long.
yeah.
I like Arnie Slot. I like what he's about. I do think you'll still get top four.
Mm.
But again, I think it's going to be a lot of transition. I don't think you're going to pick up as many results as what you did last season, but still a good season.
Mm. No, I think yeah, I've got us in third. I do think we could if we get in Zubimendi, which is someone that we're looking at, and a six. I think that's all we're really missing personally. Is that sort of ball playing six that we miss. I think we could push higher. I know it's pre-season, but seeing how we play, it's really refreshing actually watching, like compared to how we used to play. Like you're seeing so much more from Soboslai, from Jones, from Elliot, and it's like you almost they feel like new players because you're seeing them in a different system. And
Yeah.
it's quite refreshing seeing. I think they're going to push on. I do think, like you said, it's sort of a year where, like, don't get me wrong, if you finish like seventh or eighth, you'll be questioning it. But Liverpool fans aren't going into it with like oh, we've got a chance for the title. Like
Yeah.
I'd take like fourth in a Carabao Cup sort of season. Do you know what I mean? It's one of them sort of seasons where like a good cup run in Champions League and pushing
Oh,
well.
I'll take that in Norwich as well right now.
Yeah, it's like I think it's that you've sort of got that year to be like, let's see what we're about. Let's settle. Like so there's bigger issues with contracts and stuff, and keeping everyone see where we're at, and then going. So that's why I've got us in third. Who have you got third?
Aston Villa.
I was going to say, still haven't said Villa. Yeah, thought so. You think third, even with Champions League football?
Comfortably.
No Douglas Luiz as well.
No,
That's a big loss.
have you not seen who they signed? Amadou Onana, who was going to be sensational for them.
I don't know. I don't see the same thing about
Their
him.
squad is stacked, mate. Their squad is stacked.
Mm.
They have a really good squad.
Yeah.
Dia back from injury as well, which I think is massive. Mate, be surprised.
Rodgers has looked good in pre-season.
Yeah, and they've also brought back Jaden Philogene, Cameron Archer. Yeah, Philogene was unbelievable for Hull in the Championship. Archer, we know, can be a good backup striker to Watkins when Duran leaves,
and Duran as well. If they still have him.
Yeah. I like Aston Villa, mate. I really do. And I said
they brought in Ian Maatsen as well. He's a good player for Dortmund.
Unbelievable signing. And I said last season that they're going to finish fourth, and they did. And I think they're going to be better this season. I really do think they're going to be one of the heavy hitters of the Premier League from now on.
Yeah. Oh no, I think they'll definitely be. I would have had them higher if they didn't have Champions League, because I think it'll be such a difference for them. But I think it will affect all the top teams because that 10 games is so much different.
They had their conference. I mean, granted, there was less games, but their Conference League football last season.
That's what I mean. Yeah, I just think the quality
didn't worry them.
Yeah, that's true. That's understandable. So then, who have you got second?
I'll go. You go first. So you're second.
I've got Man City.
So have I.
Again,
not an inspiring transfer window so far.
I think, if anything, they've weakened. Obviously, losing Alvarez, which obviously he's won it all. I kind of get him wanting to move on.
He's not.
They bought in, is it Savinho? Is it they bought in from Girona? Another winger that won't be allowed to actually be a winger under Pep, so it'd be one of them. But I don't know. It's not because they can for me, it's like the top three are so interchangeable because you look at everything. They've all got strengths. You look at City, they've got Pep. Like that's simple. They've got Pep, Haaland, and De Bruyne, Foden. That's it. That's enough for you to say, they can win the league again. Because Haaland had an off year last year and still won Golden Boot with like 27 goals or something. He can easily go and hit 38 this season if he wants to. Like he's looked sharp in pre-season. He's had a full pre-season. Wasn't at the Euros. But then you look at people like Foden, had a poor Euros, and if he carries on that sort of trend, he's not had a pre-season as well. He could come into it a bit tired. De Bruyne he was okay in Euros, wasn't brilliant. Getting older, he could sort of carry on that same thread. Same as Kyle Walker, same as John Stones. And then the next thing you know, like, because of how good Arsenal did look, you could be out of the title race by October. I know City are never really out of it, but you know what I mean? Like, it could be different, I think, this year. And definitely. That's why I've got Arsenal winning it, just because I still think they need a striker, personally, but I don't want them to win it.
Havertz is impressing me. He is a name is really growing on me as a footballer.
Yeah.
I like the signing of Calafiori as well. I like the idea that Arsenal have a really, really solid defensive system.
Just 4 centre backs.
Ben White, traditionally centre back, now right back. Calafiori,
or Timber.
Back, Timber as well. He's a centre back / full back. So Gabriel and Saliba, probably the best centre back partnership in the Premier League.
Yeah, with Raya as well, and I think they must be getting the rain out as well.
They're solid as anything in midfield. Who have they got? Rice.
Marino's an option they're looking at. I think Jorginho's good for them.
Jorginho. I mean, who else they got in midfield? They've got very good options. Saka,
got a couple of young lads.
Havertz, Jesus, really good front line. I fancy him. But I said this last season. I said Arsenal will win the league, but here we are.
It's just that Pep factor. That's the thing. You can't write it off. Because it's like Havertz is so up and down at times. Jesus can be very up and down. Martinelli had a poor season last season. Saka gets run into the ground, bless him. And if he has another 10 game Champions League run, that could work even more on him. So it's difficult to call because it's like Arsenal had the better window, but City are just City. Like they find a way no matter how it is. Which is so I have Arsenal to win it. As I said, I don't think I don't want them to personally, but I do think third year lucky. Like I think they will. Sort of haven't been there with Liverpool the way we felt after a couple of years of not winning it. I think it just happens. Event like I think they'll have a bit of a mentality switch because of the pit pockets in pre-season. I think that will change their mindset this year. I think
Yeah, they
really
do a
help
lot of
them.
weird things like that, don't they? I
Yeah,
like it, man. It's thinking outside the box. I like it. But I'll go into sort of like the personal accolades in the Premier League. Top goal
yeah.
scorer, I think we've both got the same. Erling Haaland.
You can't bet against them.
Yeah,
Really,
only
I'd like
really,
to go Darwin Núñez, but not gonna happen.
yeah. Top
Yeah.
assister.
I've gone Bukayo Saka. I just think he'll just
I've gone
add.
Odegaard, so I've gone with another Arsenal player.
Yeah, I think they'll. He takes set pieces. He's just involved. He plays every minute, as I said, pretty much.
Creative spark.
Most good things that come from Arsenal come through the two of them players. So I think he'll get a lot of assists.
Golden Glove.
Raya from Arsenal.
Same as me there.
Yeah, I'd like to pick different, but they just got the best defense.
In the league now, haven't they? So,
So it's hard not to look at them, really.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What should we go with? Best signing, flop, or breakthrough star?
We'll do breakthrough star if you want.
Okay. Who have you got?
Oh, no. I've got Fabio Carvalho from Liverpool. I don't know if it's really a breakthrough or not because he's technically played obviously in the Prem a bit before in Championship, but I think the new system suits him really well. He's looked really good in pre-season. I think Slot's going to give him some minutes out on that left wing or number 10. And I think he's going to show sort of the league what he can actually do because he's been very unfortunate with some of his loans. And Klopp wasn't a massive fan of him. Like we didn't really play with a 10, so he wasn't really needed. But I think he's going to have a really good season. I really like the way he plays. He's a good player. Good ball with his feet, left foot, right foot, good on the ball. So I'm hoping it's him. Sort of a breakthrough player.
My breakthrough star is Emi Buendia. I think a year out in.
Fuck's sake, are we really? Is he a breakthrough star? Really? Is he?
Yeah, because people have forgotten about him. People have forgotten about him.
Is he even back from injury yet?
Yeah, he's been starting in
He's
pre-season.
actually playing.
And he's been playing.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
And he's been playing.
I'm doing that. Fuck's sake. Okay.
But
you said him last year was a great signing.
I'll be waiting for him to have that Premier League breakthrough season. He's had that Championship one, obviously, with Norwich. But
yeah,
Premier League break, because I know he can be a beater.
Yeah.
I think injury-free this season, he will be phenomenal.
Definitely adds something to them. I think 100%, yeah.
So I'd keep an eye out for Buendia this season. Yeah. Injury dependent. Obviously, I said he'd be. I think I said it was a breakthrough star last season as well when he got injured.
He had a better signing.
But best signing, I've got two.
I got two. Yeah. Do you want to go first?
Calafiori and Nicholas Fulkrug are mine.
Okay. Yeah. Different end of the pitch. Love it.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah. I got Pedro now from Chelsea. I know it's only just really happened, like as of recording today. So, but I've really liked him. He's someone I always thought would go to City, or I really wanted him at Liverpool. But I think it's only taken Chelsea about £2 billion to finally actually sign someone good. And I think he'll add a lot to that team. If he can stay fit, you saw how good he was at Wolves, in a Wolves team that only really had Mateus Cunha and João Gomez. But if he can get in that team with Cole Palmer and Kunku, I think that could be a really dangerous little trio up front there. Yeah. And I've almost got Emil Smith-Rowe as well for Fulham. I think he can have a bit of a Lingard-esque sort of recovery, like Lingard did at West Ham.
Yeah, not
Lingard. I really
like
Smith-Rowe. No, not now out in Seoul or wherever it is. But he was really good, obviously, before he got injured. I know he's grown as well in height, which is pretty crazy as well. But he was really good before he got injured. Then obviously got kicked out of the team by Odegaard, which is understandable. But I think was it about 35 million or something? I think he'll absolutely kill it for Fulham, and I think he'll get him at the table. And I think he could make a push for the England team. I know we've got a lot of players in that role, but I think his form it'll be one of them that they'll look at and go, you've got to pick him because he's playing so well. So I think he's going to do really good. And I almost hope he does well because he seems like a nice lad.
Your two flops. Who have you gone for?
You're not going to like this one. I've got Xerxes and Onana Onana from Villa and Xerxes. I'm not convinced on Xerxes just because he comes in and he says he's a 9.5 or something. He's like a 6'4". He's meant to be a big man. He's meant to be a striker. His goal record was not. He got something like 40 goals in 160 games or something like that across his career. Isn't brilliant from what you want as a number 9. Like coming into Manchester United, it's Manchester United we're talking about. Yeah, Manchester United. So for me, I know it's only 35 mil, so it's not stupid money, but I don't think, for me, I'd have rather spent that money towards Tony if I was United, and that would have helped Hoyland and it would have helped United. Because Hoyland's a bit rash and he needs someone to learn off. You don't want two of them trying to learn off. Like, there's no one for them to really look up to. So I just don't think he's going to be that guy. And I don't think he's going to get many minutes at all. He looks like he's going to be injured a bit as well. So for that, and Onana, I just don't think he's going to replace Douglas Luiz. I think he's a good player. Didn't fell off a little bit come at the end later. Everton wasn't brilliant during the Euros. And I think Douglas Luiz gave that Villa team so much. And I think Onana just won't be able to replicate that personally.
Fair enough. I've gone Liam Delap at Ipswich.
Okay, bit of bias there. Nice.
It's fucking awful.
Yeah.
And Kiernan Dewsbury Hall at Chelsea.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not bad. What was he, like 20 odd million, wasn't it? Yeah.
I think he'll flop.
I think they'll just, yeah.
It just absolutely reeks, honks, humdings of Danny Drinkwater.
I know what you mean. I think he's just the player, just because the man just worked with him. It's like he knows him, so he's like, yeah, I'll bring it in and then play him. And he'll persist with him even if he's not playing well. When he's got better options like Enzo or Caicedo or Lavia, whoever it is, and he'll stick with him just because he knows him and he knows the system.
Exactly.
So,
but there we go.
Yeah.
That is our Premier League predictions done. Please feel free to have a laugh, have a giggle, or
we'll have the last laugh when we're right at the end of the season.
Take serious offence to them and give us hate comments. You know, all publicity.
Yeah,
publicity.
like, yeah.
But yeah, cheers for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.